In this video, I'm going to show you how to help your students use the Google Keep extension to make vocabulary cards. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to go into Google Keep from my shortcut that I created. And in Google Keep, it's kind of nice over here on the left-hand side. It's got some information on app downloads. So I'm actually going to click on that app downloads. And this will talk to you about how to add the Google Keep on your phones and the Chrome app, which we've already added. And this is the new thing, the Chrome extension. So I want to actually add an extension to Chrome that will allow me to kind of a shortcut way of making notes from websites. So here I am in the Chrome Web Store and Google Keep Chrome extension. I'm going to click Add to Chrome. And then click Add Extension. Now remember, an extension lives up here in the upper right area of Google Chrome. So once that is added, you can see here it is. It's the little light bulb icon. That is the Google Keep extension. So now I have that added. So I'm going to close this down and I'm going to go back into Google Keep. All right, so now I have the extension and I'm ready to go. Now, one thing I'm going to do before I start looking at my vocabulary words is I'm actually going to create another label. I'm going to create a new label and I'm going to call this label vocabulary. That way, I can easily sort my notes by notes that are vocabulary terms. And you'll see where that comes into play here in a little bit. All right, so Keep is all set up and ready for me to add some vocabulary notes for me to study later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just go to dictionary.com. Your students can go to whatever website you want them to use to look up words. And I've got my vocabulary list. So my first word is atom. I'm going to look that word up. And here we go. There's the definition, the smallest component of an element having the chemical properties of the element. That sounds good. This is the definition that I want to use. So I'm going to click and drag, hopefully. As the page finishes loading, maybe. There we go. So I've selected the text that I want to include as part of my definition. Now I'm just going to come up here and click on Save to Keep. So I click that, and you'll see here in a second it's going to load what looks to be something similar to what we saw in Google Keep. So here at the top, it's giving me the website that I got this definition from. You can choose to keep that there if you want to be able to reference back where you got the definition. Since I know I'm going to use this for studying purposes, I'm going to choose to delete that and remove where I got that. In the place of the title, I'm going to type in the word so that I can very easily study these. And see, there's the word. Here's the definition. Now down here is where that label comes into play. If I click that, it will show the different labels that I've created in Google Keep. So I'm going to add the label vocabulary to that, and that will make it easier for me to sort when I go back into Google Keep. All right, just to illustrate that, then I'm going to look up another word. Electron, do a search for it, and just basically follow the same steps. I'm going to find the part of the definition that I want to include. I'll select that portion of text. It's an elementary particle that is a fundamental. We'll get all that. Okay. Again, come up here, click on Google Keep. Again, I'm going to get rid of the website. It's completely up to you whether you keep that or not. Change the title. Add my label. And the students can continue to do this, look up all their words off the web, or at any point you come across some text that you want to add as a note, you can easily do that using this Chrome extension. So let me see. Okay, this is saved. This button right here will open and keep. So this will actually open up Google Keep and show me those notes listed in there. So I should have both those vocabulary words, the word atom and the word electron, as well as any of the other notes that I've taken. All right, so there was electron. It came up. All right, that looks good. And just to show you, there's atom and there's electron. Now, maybe I want to color code these. We talked about this in another video. So I'll make all my vocabulary orange to help them stand out. And again, so I got a bunch of notes here, and when it comes time to study, maybe I don't want to be distracted by all these other things. If I come over here and click on vocabulary, this will filter and just show me only the notes that had that vocabulary label. Another thing that I could do, let me go back to the main note page, is you can pin items, which force them to go to the top. So I could pin my vocabulary to the top of the page. That might make it easier for me to study them that way as well. It's also another way that you can keep the more important notes at the top and prevent them from getting lost in the big picture of all the notes you've taken. All right, so if your students add this Google Keep extension, they should be good to go. And another thing that they could do, if they add the Google Keep app on their phones, they can then open up Google Keep on their phones and study these vocabulary words pretty much anywhere they are. And they don't need to have a Chromebook or any kind of other device with them to do that kind of studying. And I think a lot of the students would probably appreciate being able to study that way.